Alright, hello. Today's presentation will be on hacking into the Pentagon's download botnet to execute zero-day SQL query code using the Pikachu packet. Alright, the first thing we're going to do is include our preprocessor directives into the botnet. Windows API, the main function here. Okay, first we need to do is declare our query. So we're going to do char query equals select all bots from database botnet, where download equals mainframe divided by null. Now, once we're injected into the mainframe, we actually want to set the download divided by null so we can get the value of the root to the machine, or which is actually square root UID 0. Now we're going to locally introduce some inline assembly. We will inject this into the Pentagon's routing devices. To push a query onto the x86 stack. Now remember, this is the address of query, so we're going to need to set up the stack epilogue once we do that. So go ahead and push query. And remember, this is for Christian purposes. We're going to move base pointer, stack pointer. Now we're going to XOR EBP against hex 32. Now this is our encryption key. Later on, we're going to introduce more complex cryptographic algorithms like ROT13 and base 64. This is what actual hackers use. You know, people that have high rep on hack forums. Okay. Call dword pointer to the data segment exit process. Okay. And we're going to comment that out so it runs afterwards. Let's go ahead and include Windows sockets. And we're going to push a dword pointer to the query. And then we're going to push hex 32. This is our socket identification number, Pentagon botnet. Tango down a little set. We're going to push hex FFF. We're going to push 32 minus 5. We're going to comment that out so it runs afterwards. Now, this is a zero-day exploit we're dealing with here, niggas. This is some zero-day shit, son. We're going to call dword pointer to the data segment send. And let's get ready to push out shellcode. We're actually going to need to construct our shellcode now. Let's get that ready. I've actually memorized every corresponding bytecode and operand for x86 assembly. I could just regurgitate this from my memory. So I've been doing this for about 35 years. And I've come a long way from rooting TI-83 calculators to rooting Pentagon botnets with Pikachu packets. Okay, we're going to call, next thing we're going to do is we're going to call dword pointer to execute our shellcode after this. Alright, so we got to create our function to execute SQL download, char query, call some more inline ASM, XOR EBX, add EBX, add EX32. Just need to push that on the stack. We're pointed segment query. Alright, now if you compile this, basically compile and run this, you're going to have root access to the Pentagon's botnet. We're talking about over 9 million PCs. Root access to the Pentagon's botnet.